Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first video that I'm doing. This is pretty exciting. I have been blogging on my blog Kaitlyn Elisabeth Beauty for just over 4 years now, and recently I've been seeing a couple of my friends get into YouTube more or meeting more YouTubers, and I thought, you know what, let's give this a try. Worst comes to worst, I make a couple videos and then I just stop. Or maybe it turns into something bigger, or who knows what it could do. But if I don't try, I won't know. So that's why I've decided to start making YouTube videos. If you follow my blog, you know that I cover anything from nail art to skincare reviews. I've even put a few fashion posts in there in the mix over the years. But yeah, I want this channel to complement my blog. I in no way want it to replace my blog. I want to cover things that are harder to cover on the blog, like favorites, empties, things that, you know, if there's a few products that don't really mesh well into a blog post but would do really well on a video, or hauls, things like that. Maybe in a few vlogs, if I have, like, you know, exciting couple days going on, I could vlog them and you guys can kind of see a glimpse into my world. But yeah, I want it to complement my blog and in no way replace it. So a little bit about me if you don't follow me, or maybe you do follow me on my blog, you just don't really know it. I'm Kaitlyn. I live in Toronto. I have for just over 4 years now. I'm originally from St. Catharines, which is right by Niagara Falls in Ontario. I went to school in Windsor and in London, Ontario. And then I moved to Toronto for school. Again, I was a professional student for a really long time. I actually have my PhD in pharmacology, so if you guys ever want me to break down the science of something, science of skincare, or some really cool active ingredient, please let me know, because I can do the research and kind of break it down to a level that everyone can understand, because I do have that science background with me. I started blogging because everyone was so enthralled with the nail art that I was doing back then. They're like, you need to start posting it, people need to see it, it's so cool. And I go, okay, you know what, sure I will. So I started blogging just with the encouragement of others, and I was actually really scared to put my face on my blog for a while, and it wasn't until last year for like Valentine's Day, that was the first time I actually put my face on my blog. It was really just a confidence issue and being scared of what people would say. On the internet, people can be really mean. Moving on to YouTube is just like another step in that direction, and the fact that, you know what, give it a try, and people are gonna be mean every so often, but you know what, like, I can take it. But you know, don't be mean, like, obviously don't be mean, but yeah, just like growing confidence through my blog, it just made me want to give this a try. I thought today, as a good little introduction, you could see some of my holy grail products, things that I've purchased time and time again, I cannot be without, and if they were discontinued, I would buy up every single one so that I wouldn't have to be without it for as long as possible. But yeah, so I have some makeup products, I have some skincare products, and then I also have a nail product as well, because that is, you know, a big part of my blog. So starting off, a good eyeliner is really hard to come by, and when I started trying out the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D, I knew that this was it. This is the Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper, and you can see here this is a brush tip liner, and it's perfect. It's inky black. The brush itself, I'll try and like demonstrate here. You can actually get the brush to bend, and not that I would say I'd ever do that on my hand, but you can see how you can get the brush to really help you out in creating that perfect wing. This formula of liquid liner, it is absolutely perfect. It stays on all day. It's a perfect black. It doesn't dry perfectly matte. I know some people really want that in a liner, and this won't be it. But it does, it's like a satin finish. It's like not super shiny. It's not like completely matte though either. Now, I do get a lot of compliments on my nails, but I also get tons of comments on my eyebrows, and these two products are the ones that I think are the reason why. Starting with my brow pencil, I use the Annabelle Skinny Brow Liner. Yeah, this Annabelle one, you can see here it is a fairly small tip. You can see it's a nice small line. It's creamy but still a little bit dry. I use the color Universal Dark, and it's the perfect color for me. They also have Universal Auburn, Medium, and Light. So you should be able to find a color that's right for you. And then once I'm done filling in my brows, I go in with the cult favorite, Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. The brush on this is fantastic. It delivers the right amount of product. It's not too much, not too little. This brow gel, it makes your brow, it sets everything in place. It blends out any product that you've already put down. It doesn't take it away. It doesn't lift it away from the brow area. It doesn't make your brows look crunchy or crispy or anything like that, like you kind of put like glue on it, but it keeps everything in place like there is glue on it. So it's absolutely perfect. Moving on to more of like the face, I'm relatively pale if you couldn't tell, so I do have to use bronzer to make myself not look like a ghost most days, and I use the Sephora Collection bronzer. It's the number 3 matte in Los Cabos. You can see here it still has a little bit of like a cool tone to it, but it is still warm, so it will warm up your complexion. It's really nicely smooth. It blends out super easily. Is absolutely perfect for someone who's paler. They do have other shades, so if you do have a different skin tone, I do highly recommend this bronzer though in any of the colors, just because it is a really nice powder, easily to blend, nicely pigmented. And once I've contoured and bronzed, stuff like that, another holy grail product that I use, I think everyone uses at this point, the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, the pressed one, and in the beloved Champagne Pop. Like, look at that. Like, how could that not be a holy grail product, really? So when this came out, it was limited edition, and everyone went crazy about it, and rightfully so. It's like the perfect combination of a gold, a peach, and a champagne. And then you can, I'm actually wearing it today, so you can see how, like, that's a highlight. That is a highlight. Last year when the Sephora, like, VIB sale was going on and you got 20% off, I was like, okay, I'm getting this. Like, I need a backup. It was still limited edition. I go, what if something happens? What about if I lose it? What about if it breaks? I need to have it in my life. But then it got permanent collection, so you can actually get this anytime now from Becca, because it's now a permanent item. This highlighter formulation is fantastic. It looks like it is a liquid almost when you apply it, when you swatch it out, but it's not. It's a powder. So it's just kind of crazy in the fact, like look at that. Like, that's so crazy. That's a really heavy swatch, but you can see that it almost looks like a liquid, but it is a powder, so it's a lot more convenient, and it does last a long time as well. But yeah, any of these pressed highlighters from Becca, you need to just go give one a try at your local Sephora to see how great they really are. Lastly, for makeup, I wanted to talk about a lipstick formulation that I absolutely love. I have numerous shades of this, and this happens to be my most favorite shade of the line, and it's the Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipsticks. These came out a couple years ago and people went crazy for them. The fact that a drugstore brand could bring out a creamy matte lipstick that had crazy pigmentation was basically unheard of at the time. So my favorite shade is Touch of Spice. It is this gorgeous, like a darker neutral shade, has a little bit of a red tone, a little bit of a brown, along with a rosy mauve. You can see that. It's just so nice. If you just have like a basic makeup look, this is still neutral enough that you can get away with wearing it to work, but it still amps up your makeup look a little bit. They don't dry out your lips. If they do start drying out your lips though, just press your lips together and it almost reactivates the creamy nature of the lipstick formula. But yeah, Touch of Spice, if you're fair with light eyes, and even if you have like red hair like I do, I dye mine, obviously. This is not natural. But you need to give Touch of Spice a try. It's a really great color. So then moving on to skincare, obviously skincare is a great foundation to great looking makeup. Your skin looks really great. Any makeup that you put on top of it will look even better. One product that I use religiously are the Neostrata Glycolic Renewal creams. There we go. So we have a 5% and a 10%. Now what's the difference? Usually you typically you'd start with a 5% glycolic acid first. That way then your skin can kind of get used to it and it's not too harsh for it. The beauty of the Neostrata line of the glycolics is the fact that, especially for this 5%, so this is like your introductory step, is that it's an encapsulated glycolic acid. So if you think of it, you actually have your glycolic acid and then they put something around it basically so that it can get deeper within the skin, and then it can actually target the areas that it needs to, but it doesn't irritate, because the glycolic, it doesn't touch those upper layers of skin that can show the irritation because it's covered in something. So then it gets down into the deeper layers, it releases from the capsule that it's in, and then it can start helping with cellular turnover. Basically, it's like a chemical exfoliant. I found with the 5%, I did see great results with it. It was very soothing as well. There's shea butter in this cream, so you don't have to worry about your skin drying out from the glycolic. It's good to use every single night. It's not too harsh for that. And then when I went to go pick up another bottle of this, the lady at Shoppers said you need to try out the 10%. If you've been using the 5%, even one bottle's worth of the 5%, you can move up to the 10%. The 10%, I find it's not as thick cream for the formula of the actual lotion, but it packs a good punch. My skin actually tingles when I put it on, only for about a minute or two. It's not uncomfortable by any means, but you know that it is working. I've found that the texture of my skin has drastically improved even after using the 5%, and this stuff is just fantastic. Even the pores around my nose I found are just a little bit smaller than what they used to be, and I can attribute it to this because I really don't change my skincare all that often. I really do try and have a key group of products that I use on a day-to-day basis, because if I start using a lot, my skin kind of goes crazy. Now, my skin has gone through a little bit of a change in the last 9 months or so. I've actually become more normal skin than dry. I used to have very dry, dehydrated skin, and it's actually shifted over to the normal, sometimes even combination, state, which I don't mind, because I find that having oilier skin is a little bit more easier to manage than having dry, dehydrated skin. It's just a really big pain to just have all this flaking and stuff like that. Now, because of that though, I've had to obviously up my acne game, because I have had more breakouts all over my face, but especially I've had really bad hormonal acne since the summer. I'm going to blame some of that on my PhD defense, but it's just kind of continued on since then. I just could never get my skin absolutely clear like it used to be. I never really dealt with acne as a teenager, but now I do, which is just a big pain. But I've really been a fan of the Clean and Clear Salicylic Acid Invisible Blemish Treatment. Now, this is a 2% salicylic acid concentration, perfect for anyone. They do have a higher one for like more of an advanced one. If you have like severe acne, you could give that a try, or you can always give benzoyl peroxide a try as well. But yeah, this is just absolutely perfect. There's a reason why it's been on the shelves of the store for so long. It's because it works. My skin will clear up the next day if I use this. So yeah, it's absolutely perfect. And then last, not least, I'm going to go into a nail product that I absolutely love. This is Seche Vite. This is the top coat that I use. I will try any product except for a top coat. This is the only top coat that I use. It makes my nails look like they're gel nails. It dries, polish super fast. Like 15 minutes you can go out the door, you can grab things in your purse and you don't have to worry about your nail polish being smudged or anything. If you have had issues with it shrinking your polish, make sure to let your polish dry for 10 minutes and then put this on and you won't have that issue, or apply thinner coats of polish. And I know that you only get to about a third left and then it starts getting gloopy, but I'm telling you, this is worth the price of only getting to use 2/3 of a bottle. My nails always kind of look like there's a gel polish or they're fake, and I really do have to attribute it to this top coat and the fact that I can like grow very long nails, which is, I love it. I'm blessed to be able to do that. But yeah, this top coat is just fantastic. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a glimpse into the products that I cannot live without. Make sure to put any of yours down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what products you can't live without, because then it gives me an indication that they're really great products. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. You know, this is my first video. I would love if you subscribed and then you could go on this journey with me. Make sure to follow me on social media. I have a Facebook page along with a Twitter and Instagram account. Instagram and Twitter are Yankee_girl2. I'm a big Yankee and baseball fan, and yes, I know I live in Toronto, but I'm still a Yankee fan. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. I'm excited to see where this journey takes us, and yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone!